Ramblings here again, friends. Welcome. We're gonna dovetail right off of that last video where I talked about stuff I wish I would have known when I was younger. The message to my 20-year-old self, my teenager self. Not that I think they would have really listened too well. We have to go through what we go through to get to where we are, I suppose. But the big takeaway from that last video that I hammered home was listening to your heart. We're gonna go some layers past that. I had a recent discussion with a couple of seniors that were going to the local college over here, and they're both in the creative writing program, and I was asking them questions like, oh, what are you gonna do? You're graduating this year, like what are you gonna do after? And they went down this path of, oh, I think I'll move back with my parents so I could pay off the debt and get an odd job and all, this and that, and pretty much every answer they were giving me was anything but what they went to school for, which I can relate to. I'm sure there's other people that can. I went to a fine arts school where they teach you how to create art masterfully. You understand the craft, you understand where it came from. But what they don't teach you is the real secret that's there. And it's surprising to me why they don't. Is it some big grand conspiracy? Why they're not doing it? Probably not. But the secret is the power of creativity. Woo, there's a buzzword, catchphrase, if you've ever heard one, but I mean, there's way truth to this. So these fine kids that are in the creative writing program, what they were saying was essentially, they didn't realize it, but subconsciously, they were saying out loud things to deter themselves. They were hindering themselves. What they said was a crutch. And this is way true. We all need to pay attention to what we're saying, where we're putting our attention. This is major. This is major, major, major. If you don't have a grasp on this and you're just letting an autopilot throw out stuff like, oh, I can't really make it at this, or I don't think it's possible. It's not. For you, it's not, because you're setting up an experience that shows you it's not possible. And that's the experience you're placing out there for yourself. So I'm urging you, listen to me when I say pay attention to your thoughts. You need to start the assumption. You need to assume that it's happening. You need to speak that way. You need to throw this path out there, because it's that, I won't even call it, it's not the law of attraction. It's the law of assumption, because that's what attracts it. If you assume this position, you assume that it's already happened, the success. There's countless tales of this. There's the Jim Carrey, right, and the $10 million blank check to himself, and then he gets that as an offer for a role or something like that. And there's on and on and on and on. Countless. So you come at me if you want to, saying, oh, you're full of malarkey, but in my experience, I'm not. And I'm also guilty as charged. I've fallen into the track of like, maybe I should get a job as a handyman and make ends meet because I can't make it as an artist right now. And I'm not gonna lie to you, just sign some W-4 paperwork that's a handyman job, but it's a temporary thing. That's just a little float through as this rebuild happens in my career. I'm gonna show you a artistic example of a guy that was all in. So this is a past me that was doing what I'm talking about, but unconsciously. I wasn't paying attention. Now I'm paying attention and stuff's gonna be a lot different. So, as you've seen some of my examples of art I've shown, there's a big range of stuff. And this is another example of range. This is before I came back to oils. Mixed media painting. One of my wife's favorite, was never gonna let me sell it. She loves it. It's all kinds of stuff. We've got Sharpie, we've got acrylic, we've got screen print, we've got collage, we've got dollar bills shoved in there. It's coated with automotive clear coat, like the same stuff they do on your car, with a little bit of glitter flake in it. So in the right light, this thing just pops. It's fun. And that was this guy that's on fire with creativity. Not that I'm not now. I'm not knocking it. But this guy was just, nothing was stopping him. He was maybe a little too egotistical at the time and had to go through some minor chop, as the captain may call it, to get to where we are now. And where we are now is, I just want to impress on you some of the lessons I've learned. And a big one is, not only do you pay attention to what you're saying, pay attention to what you're thinking. Because it's cliche, but thoughts become things. Look around you right now. Guarantee you could say 100% of the stuff you're seeing started as a thought. That's wild to consider. It started as a thought. And they say also, the entirety of the tree lies within the seed. That one gives me a little bit of good feeling. Just to think about that. So, the seed, the thought, these two similar things, become. That's wild. Consider that. Go to sleep with that. Ruminate on that. Run it. I mean, no joke. Our most powerful secret weapon that we're supposed to use, and it's not even secret, it's our thoughts. It's our imagination. You need to imagine it into being. Please do it. For my sake, for your sake, for our sake. We want you to do it. You can do it. Okay, I'm gonna throw in a couple more examples and then I'll sign off and quit filling your hair up with my gobbledygook. To illustrate this point of the power of creativity, I go through art school and they're like, you're never gonna make a living as an artist, so just get another job and make art on the side as a hobby. Like, you're kidding me. I just spent $100,000 on the education and you're gonna feed me this malarkey? When fast forward sometime later, some years later, there I am, just as one example, get hired to come down and do some creative consulting, some creative inspiration for executives at Spotify. Like, all the top brass was there and they're running this, jazz up workshop, get all the employees juicing, pumped. I get hit up, hey, what's your day rate? Whoa, from the buddy that's putting on this event. Give them my number, they fly me down, it's this epic experience. And there I am, few of you have heard of Spotify, I'm sure. And there I am, I'm meeting the frickin' founder, the dude that runs the whole show. I don't know him from Adam. And I'm just being a kid, being infectious, and I hope this translates, but I'm being my genuine self. And I get this whole room just sparking, boom. I don't see adults in this situation. I see fellow creative, just kids in the sandbox, making their little sand castles, having a great time. And they looked all to me, this country kid that went to art school and went through this whole path, they're looking at me like I'm the guy with the answers because I'm the creative. That's it. That's an important one to just grab right there. Just grab that and go, wow, interesting. And I've been in other rooms with the top brass again of whatever, and they're looking at me and I'm like, okay, I'm the guy that has answers and I'm gonna throw it out there and here it is. And they're like, yeah, they're eating it up. Yet I was told by some, never make a living at this. You're never going to do it. I don't even like saying that out loud because, things manifest that you talk about. But I'm using it as an example for you to take and run with. And I hope you do. Anyways, take that as you will. Love you guys.